Welcome to Club 54, the LIV Golf Miami pre-show, where Bryson DeChambeau is setting the pace, but a pack of major champs are right on his heels with Augusta looming next week. And on the team side, it's been a grind. The Fireballs are chasing a fourth straight win, but the pressure is mounting. Round 3 is coming, and it's anyone's game. Welcome to the Club 54 pre-round show. Bryson's a major champion with all the power and poise to match. Let's see if it's time that he can finish off with style.
For me, it's going to be controlling when I can control, putting myself in the best location as much as possible, not getting in ahead of the game. A few times I thought to myself, okay, if this happens, that happens. I said, nope, right here, right now. Stay in your bubble, stay focused, and keep executing as well as you possibly can. The more I can do that, the better.
6 major champions are in the top 10, chasing one of the biggest names in golf, Bryson DeChambeau. He won a U.S. Open last year. He's headed to the Masters next year. All eyes are on Bryson DeChambeau. I said headed to the Masters next week, by the way. Joining us is Jerry Fultz, your favorite LIV golf analyst and 3-time PGA Tour winner, 4 Aces champion Pat Perez. Wise words from Bryson DeChambeau. He seems locked in. Every part of his game seems to be going so well for him. Thoughts on Bryson?
Yes, I agree. Number one. Number two, he seems to be more comfortable with the golf ball he's playing, which is a huge thing for him of late. He is just demolishing this field with his driver, though. That's where he's winning this event and some above-average putting. But he is going to be tough to beat today if he keeps it in the fairway.
They're very tough. No one's hitting it longer, straighter than him. He's putting better than anybody. That's why he's 5 under and leading. The winds are going to be down today, but it's going to be it's going to be hard for these guys to catch
down
him.
A little bit. It's still going to be a beast.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It's going to take a low round for someone to catch him.
His last individual title was Chicago 2023. Do you think we have a statement win on our hands coming today from Bryson?
I don't think Bryson needs to make a statement. He's the most popular man playing the game. He's the defending reigning U.S. Open champion. I don't think he needs to make a statement, but I think he really wants to go into Augusta next week with all the confidence in the world.
Pat, do you agree?
I agree. Yeah, a disastrous day today. Not that it's going to shatter his confidence, but he'd love to go in there with a win, having all that confidence, but he's got a lot of major champions behind him.
Well, day 2 was an absolute wild one. Players were bouncing up and down that leaderboard all day long. Let's take a look back at round 2.
Well, Super Saturday is well underway at LIV Golf Miami. It is sunny, but it's breezy. The Blue Monster is as big a test as ever.
Brutal. There's no other word for it.
Cream rises to the top in these conditions.
There's no way. There is no way. Through about 4 different breaks.
That putt of 84 feet, the second longest in LIV Golf history. It's Ripper who lead the way. 2 over today. They lead the 4 Aces by 2.
I mean, I'm happy that we're leading, but it's just crazy that it's 9 over is leading.
Our new leader, Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson is grinding beautifully out there. It's his first birdie in 11 holes.
Pars are worth their weight in gold.
It was incredible. I made some awesome saves. Hitting that drive over the water on 16.
That is absolutely incredible. Phenomenal.
I'll take that. Championship Sunday should be magnificent once again.
I'm up for anything, man. Because this golf course, no matter if it's calm or windy, is difficult. And next week's going to be a great week, too. I'm looking forward to it.
The Blue Monster has been biting, but pretty exciting stuff from round 2. Now, Rachel Drummond has been in action all week long. We're going to go over to the range to get some insights from her as we head into round 3. Rachel, to you.
How you doing, Christian? I've been stealth mode today. I've come onto the chipping green. We've got Phil warming up behind me with his caddy and coach, Andrew Getson. And look who I found here, Bryson DeChambeau. I really want you to have a little look at this short game here. He's got the toe down, he's got the open stance, and he's smiling. We like this. I mean, he's the man to hunt, but he does have 6 major champions behind him. Right, let's see how quick I can move. We had Lucas Herbert here before. He was the only player to shoot in the 60s. Kevin Na. He hit so many greens, the most out of everyone on LIV. What was the success? Was it down to caddy?
Who did, Kevin?
Kevin did.
Really? That's impressive. No, I think he probably just, we picked somewhat conservative
targets. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not like trying to put it on the back apron. So, like, I draw a little circle in his book, kind of in the middle of the green. So it's like a sort of a foolproof way of him knowing where I want him to hit it.
Aggressive play, conservative targets. I love that. That's a great tip for everyone at home. Oh, Brandon Grace. How you doing, Grace? Right, Leishman, if you didn't see it on the coverage, he sunk a putt from 84 feet. He also this year, oh, this is a workout. He also this year is leading par 3 scoring average. And to me, as a coach, that shows that you really are striking the ball well. Leish, I'm sorry to disturb your conversation. Leish, I just said to everyone, par 3 scoring, ball striking, you're leading that on LIV. What do you put the turnaround to ball striking to this year?
I feel like last year I did the right things. I got off to a bad start last year, and the second half of the year was great. So just putting the work in and actually having the time to be able to prepare for tournaments has really helped me. So loving that part about LIV, and hopefully I can show that
You can, Leish, you can. And final thought before we go away. What do you think you need to do today to catch Bryson?
I need to drive the ball well, and then keep doing what I'm doing with the irons, but make putts. I mean, at the end of the day, when it's tough like it has been the last couple of days, you need to make those putts that keep momentum going or create it. So the driver and the putter are going to be the big clubs today.
Go on, Leish. 84 feet, not a problem. Right, that's all from me. Back to you, Christian.
Hey, Rachel, one quick question for you. I know you're a great golf coach, but part of being a golf coach is not only helping people with their technique, but also their, I guess, mental game. What aspect of the game today is going to be absolutely imperative for whoever ends up holding that trophy? Is it something on the course? Is it driving, putting, or is it simply something in the mind?
Jerry, do you know what the key is? Knowing when to shut up as well as a coach. You know, sometimes you don't need to say anything. You don't want to get in the way. But I think, you know, what Kevin Na's caddy said was amazing, like being aggressive to conservative targets. And not all the time these guys are going to hit it to 10 feet, but at least be on that green and give yourself a chance. And level par around here is a great score.
Thank you so much, Rachel, as always. I always learn so much from you when you're on the range. We're going to keep going with Club 54 pre-round show. We're here to set up everything for you guys for what's going to happen today. So let's talk about the groupings a little bit, starting with the group on hole 2. Dean Burmester, Dustin Johnson, and Charles Schwartzel. All three of these guys are still in contention. Dean won last year here in Miami. What can we expect from these guys, Jerry or Pat?
Well, I'm glad DJ's got a short memory because he's going to need it after the finish yesterday of bogey triple. I expect him to play well. He loves this course, like I've said yesterday. I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, Bryson has a bad hole or two, which can happen out here in the blink of an eye. DJ with a solid start is going to be in good position. And if it comes down to the very end where he might have a chance, his final hole is number 1, the easiest hole on the course. Bryson's final hole and the other guys is number 18, the most difficult hole on the course.
Let's talk about our next group going off on the first hole. John Rahm, Mark Leishman, and Patrick Reed. These are guys all within 4 shots of the lead, all capable of going low. But who would you say performs the best under pressure, Pat?
Well, John Rahm, really.
Ooh, good question.
You know, I mean, Reed has done Reed has done some amazing things in the Ryder Cup. Rahm has as well. He beat Tiger, but Rahm's always a favorite. You know, he's just as strong and good of a player as Bryson. If he gets a hot front nine, I think he's going to give Bryson a scare.
You got 2 guys who won majors. You got 1 guy who lost in a playoff at the Open Championship, and Mark Leishman. Any of those 3 can win this thing. But I think Rahm is swinging the club the absolute best. Patrick Reed's gaining more shots on approach, which is a key metric around here. But Rahm is swinging the club as confidently as I've seen him ever, actually.
There's one more group that we absolutely have to cover. This is our final group. Phil Mickelson, Sergio Garcia, and our leader, Bryson DeChambeau. 2 Hall of Famers and 1 bomber here. How do we see this group playing off of each other today? This is going to be fun to watch.
I don't know about playing off each other. Bryson's going to do his thing. He's going to stay confident. And he's going to be bold with the driver. He needs to be because he's tearing the course apart with it. The other guys are going to be chasing. But again, like Jerry said, if Bryson starts off a little shaky and those boys birdie or eagle the first hole, you know, we got a new ball game right out of the gate.
Yeah, the romantic in me wants Phil, obviously, to be there at the end, and Sergio to an extent as well from that side of me. But I mean, the expert in me says this is Bryson's game to lose.
Do you think Masters next week are even on their mind at this point?
Yes.
Or is this something that they want to kind of prove?
It is.
Is it an extra motivation for today?
It is, but again, they've got, Bryson knows he's got to finish here first. Augusta's next week. It starts tomorrow. Today he knows he's got to take care of business. It will be way back into his mind, but he knows he's got to close. He knows he's got 6 other champions, major champions, chasing him. He doesn't want to leave here, with a bad taste in his mouth, so he does want to close this and get moving.
They have battled this beast for 2 straight days. The last thing they want to do is limp to the finish line and lose that confidence they've gained heading into Augusta.
We're going to talk more about that in a few, but from big numbers to big stories, Annabelle Angel's got us covered. Here's 5 Under.
Welcome to day 3 of LIV Golf Miami. These are 5 things you need to know before the final round. This is where so much drama has taken place ever since pro golf was first played here in 1962. The iconic 18th hole at the Blue Monster. This is the toughest of the tough. It is a daunting 433-yard par 4. This week, only 1 of every 4 players has hit the green in regulation, resulting in a 4.62 scoring average. When John Rahm says this might be the hardest golf course on the planet, you believe him, right? Last year, fellow Spaniard Sergio Garcia tripped up on this final hole, which resulted in a playoff loss. Now Sergio's just 2 shots back of the lead. His ball striking is excellent. When it comes to approach shots, he's almost 4 strokes better than the rest of the field. Captain Sergio's Fireballs GC are just 3 shots off the Rippers' lead in the team title as they seek their 4th consecutive team victory. If Fireballs pull off the feat today, they will match the 4 aces, the longest win streak by either team or player in LIV Golf history. Bryson, after beginning his Saturday by splitting the fairway with a 400-yard drive on the first, he averaged a staggering 341 yards off the tee. No player was bogey-free yesterday, but Bryson, 5th overall in putting this week, has displayed the full arsenal, getting up and down 3 out of every 4 tries around Dural's diabolical layout. Do you like a dark horse? How about 54-year-old lovable lefty? Phil's in the final group of the final round for the first time since Bedminster in August of 23. He's just 3 back of DeChambeau with more than just Georgia on his mind. That was your 5 Under for today's final round. Who do you think is going to tackle the Blue Monster? I'll see you out there.
Great job, and big thanks to Annabelle Angel. Championship Sunday at Doral. The only thing harder than winning here, earning a major. Live to Win coming up next. Live to Win is an inside view to all of our fans of the life of LIV players and teams. This is an episode where Bryson DeChambeau reflects on building Crushers GC. Take a look.
The Crushers have been one of LIV's top teams, having won 3 individual titles, 5 team titles, and the 2023 season-long team championship. But trying to build a valuable team on and off the course is a new challenge for all the captains.
The Crushers have done really well together this year. We haven't won an individual title, but we've won a few team titles, which is great. For me, I haven't really done my best in LIV events. I've done okay, but just haven't really broken through to win this year. But I love the guys to death, and I think we have created something quite special. And these guys want to see it through for quite a while, and we're in complete alignment with where we're going and what we're trying to accomplish. Owning a team is not easy. There's a lot that comes with it. From my perspective, I never prepared myself for being a businessman at this stage. It was a lot harder work than I thought it was going to be. Some of it's pulled me away from golf. It's just a different focus level that I have to have when tournament time comes and competition comes. I've got to be able to compartmentalize a lot better. But for me, personally, I love accomplishing goals. Just like me making a putt to win the US Open and beat Rory, there is sometimes that same sense of accomplishment and doing a good business deal and making things mutually beneficial and impacting the world in a really positive way. there's a lot of movement that's going on, and I'm excited to see how much growth we can have in the next 5 years. But for me, being a team owner, I think we're in a great place. I think we have massive upwind right now, and very excited for the future with the Crushers.
It's always great to see that inside access there of Bryson DeChambeau. We are now going to toss it back over to our great friend from our pre-round show. Rachel Drummond is live on the putting green. Rachel, what's going on? What's up, Rachel?
Christian, thank God I got a buggy. I'm running round. I'm actually going to grab Gonzo. He's a main feature on the pre and post show. Gonzo, you are coach to Louis. You've won yourself 7 times, am I correct, on tour?
Yeah.
How does it differ playing to now the coach mentality?
Well, it's totally different, I guess. I have the feeling I know what Luis is feeling right now before the round, so I've been there and I'm just trying to calm him down, and it's just about going back to the basics, rhythm, and just planning a bit for the day as well. So it's more a bit of hand-holding, I would say, that coaching as such.
And up in here, mentality.
It's all about here, especially now with only 15 minutes to go. You can see the adrenaline starts rushing, and it's where the fun begins. That's what we're here for, isn't it?
It is. This is why we do this. Let's have a little look. Gonzo, we've got a string line, haven't we? Louis practicing on the string line. Fundamentals, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's how we would like to start the putting session, always with an uphill pad. I mean, the line would help you just to make sure everything's square. I mean, your feet, your hips, shoulders, and just get the movement flowing, and then we'll start some other drills. But I would say uphill pads, straight uphill pads, that will be the best for the guys who are listening and watching back home. That would be my tip to start the day with.
You need to charge for that, Gonzo. Have a great day. Let's see who else we've got here. Carlos Ortiz, Mirror, always looking at the fundamentals. Tyrrell Hatton behind, Kevin Na. I love coming to the putting green. You see those red things on the floor? They're to get the balance right in your feet so you stay really nice and stable. That's all from me. Back to you, Christian.
All right, thank you so much, Rachel Drummond. Big shout out to Gonzo, who has joined us and last year on our pre and post show. He's amazing. Now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about the team race. We have Ripper GC leading the way, 4 aces, trailing behind, still in contention, and Fireball GC can actually still get this done if they win. That's the 4th win in a row for Fireballs GC. We haven't seen anything like it since 4 aces, 2022.
That's right, I was there.
Are you always secretly cheering for the 4 aces, Pat?
Always. I always am. They're all my boys still. I want them to have a great day. It's obviously going to be tough, but I know they can pull it together.
Well, Pat, all 4 scores count, and I think that's completely changed the game, especially this week on a tough course like the Blue Monster. I don't know who could win there.
Well, they wish this week there was only 2 scores counting, because all 4 really has blown up the scores.
Here's Ripper GC from yesterday, Cam Smith.
He loves this course. He finished, he shot 65 when we won the team title in 22, which was, it might as well have been 58. I mean, he played incredible that day.
Pretty exciting stuff here from Cam Smith. What are you expecting to see from Rippers today?
I expect them to do what they do. I've talked to all of them this morning. They all feel great. I mean, most guys do. The top 4 teams, they all feel like they still got a chance because 3 shots is only, 1 hole. Could be.
That was an eagle shot right there from Lucas Herbert. Here's Mark Leishman.
This putt's amazing.
Unreal.
Second longest putt
in LIV history. And just he walks off like it's nothing. You love to see it, but I do love to see the smile there. From
he knows it's amazing.
All right, so Pat, let's talk teams a little bit. I want to get your take on the 4 aces. PB just walked by, you dapped them up. You know these guys.
Yeah.
What do they need to do to be at the top of that podium in today?
Well, you got to stay out of the water. Try to stay out of the rough. Not 3-putt. It's everything that's going to be hard to do on this course. It's going to be challenging against the same direction wind, so they know that. They just got to go out and play well. I mean, DJ finished with bogey triple, so that, took him out of the lead. Yeah. Reed didn't have his best day. Thomas played better. Harold's been playing well. Every team has to go out and, try to shoot even par. If the team shoots even par today, they're going to win.
We have a couple of interesting stories, right? Crushers GC, they won here in 2023. They clearly are going to do a great job here. You got Legion 13, who won here last year, the defending team champs. Who knows what they could do? Fireballs GC going for history being made.
It's a total toss-up today. I mean, I couldn't tell you who's going to win. It all depends on. It could all depend on what hole they finish on as well. You know, Bryson's got to finish on 18. You know, it all depends where a team finishes, and then, you know, all 4 guys could birdie the last hole to win by 1.
So who would you say out of you know, the lower scorers on each team, which guy do you think is really going to make a big difference on Championship Sunday? It almost seems like it is really up to each and every player on the team. I
think DJ's going to have a good day. I think he's going to bounce back. Thankfully, he's got a short memory, so he'll forget about 18 yesterday. But I know Bryson's going to stay, you know, he's going to be confident, but he's also going to play aggressive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really have, again, anybody can go south at any time. This course is just so brutal. No shot lets up. It's just, we're going to wait. I can't wait to see it. I'm just telling you, it's going to be carnage again.
For certain. To talk more about the team race, we have Don Boulay and Suan Hang. Over to you guys.
Suan, I think the team event, it's going to be a fascinating watch today. There's so much volatility here. Only 11 shots separate the top 9 teams. And you know what? For some reason, I think the Ironheads are going to get it done today. And the reason I say that is because Yubin Zhang, he's their worst player this week. He's at 5 over par. But he's actually the best player as a 4th player amongst the 13 teams here. I really think the Ironheads have an opportunity today.
Always good to go with the underdog story, but I'm going to go with the obvious here. Fireballs GC gunning for their 4th win today. It's going to be incredible. Never done ever in LIV history. Now, there's a reason why they're up there and they've been winning so much. All 3 players, well, 3 out of the 4 players are in the top 9 of the individual ranking. That is strong with this field, but also specifically to this week, they're leading in driving and greens and regulations. Now, as long as they can make some putts today, eliminate the bigger numbers, well, listen, drama's going to happen on Sunday. That's for sure.
Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Suan. Pat, if you're the 4th guy and your score is going to count today, what are you thinking? You have played so well on Sundays, by the way. It's something that you've done so well. What are you thinking on that Championship Sunday?
Well, it's really the same as any other day now, because back when we only counted 3 scores, and then when the 4th guy counted, he knew he had to show up. Now all 4 count every day, so it's not really that different. But again, it's Sunday. You're trying to close. You know you got to play well, but really all 4 have to play well, because we've seen captains explode on Sunday too. So the 4th guy's done a job, and sometimes the captains don't. It's it's a pressure-packed day. Everybody knows they got to play well every day, but today is obviously the most important.
Pressure-packed day on a very tough course during a very big week.
Very.
Can't wait to see it, right? We're going to talk about more here on the Club 54 pre-round show. Stick with us, baby. Come on. All right, we're going to take it from the skies to the sounds. Here's what our leaders had to say heading into round 3.
I mean, I had a couple of water balls, but it wasn't that I was pushing the limit. I just made poor swings, and that was that. So I didn't try to overdo too much. A lot of times, I mean, just try to hit it where you can have a chance and have a chance to make par. Like I was just trying to make. I thought every hole was a tough par, and was able to make a couple of birdies and hang in there. What am I, 3 back? So after that start. I'm certainly happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the opportunity to try to capture my first tournament out here, first tournament win, and it's fun. I mean, it's just fun being in it. So I'm having a great time.
It's just a difficult golf course, so you just have to try to play it as well as possible, and you know, be very patient out there. It's because it's just tough. Simple as that. It's you know, it's not the blue. It's not the blue monster. It's just not. That is just not a name. You know, it comes with something. So you know, you have to respect it.
Great to hear words from all of our leaders. It just gets me more excited hearing them talk about it, especially like Phil Mickelson, who's, believe it or not, chasing his first LIV win. But let's talk about some of the past champions here and how much edge that might actually give them as we head into today, like Dean Burmester, for example.
Yeah, him, but more way back in the day, like Phil has won here, Patrick Reed's won here, Dustin's won here. So that experience never goes away. They played here just about more than anybody, way more than anybody in the field. So that experience is really going to come in because they've seen the Sunday pins before. They know these conditions, and they're going to be ready to go.
For a guy like Phil, all right, now we have covered a lot of it, but these boys always button it up well. Our boys in the booth, Arlo White and David Faraday. We're going to toss it to you guys now.
Well, it's another blustery day on the Blue Monster, and the players have been talking about this being a major championship style test. And wouldn't you know it, the top 10 going into Championship Sunday have 15 major titles between them and 8 green jackets. Of course, it's Bryson DeChambeau who leads the way, who said the other day the cream rises to the top in conditions like this. David, how do you see what is going to be a fascinating day shaping up?
Yeah, well, it's not blown quite as hard as it did the first 2 days, at least at the moment. You know, that flag is a little, you know, it's not as taut as it was. But that final group, you know, teeing off the first, DeChambeau, Mickelson, and Garcia is just a dream. If Bryson drives the ball well today, I think he wins. You know, we expect Sergio to drive the ball well. You know, Phil, who's been hitting fairways as well, I mean, anything could happen today in both the team and the individual.
It'll be absolute box office all day. And don't forget the team competition. It's anybody's guess. 11 shots separate the top 9 teams. It is all to play for. It's going to be absolutely thrilling. Back to you.
Thank you, Arlo. Thank you, David. Now, let's take a look at the players with the highest percentage to win, starting with, of course, Bryson DeChambeau at 49%. I think one that blows my mind is Jon Rahm is at 11%. That
I
seems
put him a little higher than that.
And these are the numbers, right? But, you know, we have him, we have Sergio Garcia, we have Mark Leishman at 6%. Out of these 4, when you line them up, considering the challenge of the course, considering how they play under pressure, and the Masters being next week.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm putting Bryson about 75%, I'm putting John about 20%, and then I'm putting the rest of the field at about 5%.
That's what we call Pat Perez math, baby.
ASU pride, baby.
You got to love it. Let's take a look at the individual leaderboard as we head into our final round for the crown. Bryson DeChambeau leads the way, and all eyes are on him. 6 guys are chasing him that are majors champions. That's pretty incredible. We couldn't ask for a better lineup here. Sergio Garcia right behind him. And this one I love to say, Phil Mickelson in 3rd, in contention. We're going to see some action today. Pat, when you're looking at this leaderboard, how do you feel?
I feel great. It is amazing to have, 7 of the top 10 major champions on that board, but there's no mystery to why it is, because this course is so hard. So majors are the hardest ones we play, and obviously these guys, the cream rises to the top. So I expect Phil's going to need an amazing day though, in my opinion, because the wind is down, and Bryson is going to do what he does. Phil's going to need an amazing round. There's only been 5 rounds of the 60s so far. You might see a few more today, but the guys, especially at even 1 under, they're going to need an amazing day. Unless Bryson somehow falters, I don't see it, but it could happen. I see Bryson shooting under par today, so that's going to make it much more difficult for anybody that's even 1 under, 2 under.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Masters for a little bit. 7 of the top 10 are headed there next week. They're all major champions. Who do you expect to really deliver next week?
I see kind of the same culprits. I see Brooks, I see Rahm, I see Bryson. I think DJ's ready, Patrick Reed's ready, Sergio obviously is ready. I see kind of those guys. Phil might surprise because he has so much knowledge of anyone that's playing the tournament. I think they're all ready. It's everyone in golf, it's their favorite week. So everybody's so excited. They just got to calm themselves down again and get ready to play.
As someone who's been in this position before, Pat, how difficult is it going to be for them to transition coming right out of LIV Golf Miami to Augusta?
Well, tomorrow the weather's supposed to be terrible, so they're going to take a day because it's thunderstorms in the morning and rain all day. So, Rahm's not going up until the afternoon. Some guys aren't going to leave till the afternoon tomorrow because it's kind of a washout. So that's going to give them a day to reset, then get into it, forget whatever they did here, and get there and start focusing on that.
All right, well, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us here in the Club 54 pre-round show championship Sunday at Doral. The Blue Monster is ready. The leaders are locked in, and we're about to find out who can finish what they started. This is Club 54. We'll see you in the post show. You ready, Pat?
Peace.